Hello again, my artsy friends. I wanted to do a little more video about the project in the last video. So I sort of finished it up. You know, I just did black Sharpie around everything. I did write this in. I painted a little bit. I added this in because I saw this fearless flyer and I was realizing that I talked a little bit about my fear with some things, and one of the fears I have is that I won't be good enough at a lot of things, especially my art. And I do really try to fight that, and art does help me with that. And it's an interesting circle sort of a thing where I might say to myself in my head, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And then I'll sit down and I'll try to do it, and I can do it. And there's things I'm not good at. And for instance, I can't really draw a realistic looking hardly anything. Especially faces and things, and I'm sort of obsessed with girls' faces, and you'll see that theme. And so I use things like this, and I use stamps, and I use stencils, and I've gotten better at it, and I have a lot of fun with it. And I think that's, like I said before, what really matters. So there's that, what I consider to be the finished project. So I hope you like it, and I hope you learn something from it. I don't know if you've watched the one before this, but you know, I talked about how I could color in her dress. So I started on that a little bit. So that just gives you an idea. And then I was going to show you a few other things. This is one of my children and my husband went to Gonzaga University, and this is in Spokane, Washington. Go Zags! If you're a basketball fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this is one of their catalogs that we get every so often, or you know, magazine things. So there's all kinds of things that come in this, and the pages are nice and thick. Now this is actually a piece of scrapbook paper, and this is another little thing I had that I just added on to it, and the rest is just plain. I think this was a rub-on. I hope you can see that. So that's what the back looks like. My father-in-law helped with this space program. He's a real rocket scientist. Anyway, had to have that on there. So I'll just give you a few looks at this. I don't remember where these came from. I know that this is the lady Carmody from What Not to Wear, who I think is very beautiful. She usually does the makeup. I painted this out black, and then I added her, cut her out and added her in. And here's another jewelry piece, just like before. I made this other little princessy crown. This is a jewelry piece, butterflies, butterfly wings. You know, in feeling this, I can tell, I did this a while ago, so this was actually on the page because I can feel there's no separation there. This is a piece of washi tape. This one, this is a piece of scrapbook paper, and in that same package there were a few different papers, so, or I should say not package, but you know how they come in a pad and it coordinates together, so this is a part of that also. But this girl on the bicycle, you know, I don't know where she came out of. I think she might have come out of a Land's End magazine, but I'm not quite sure. And then this is just a flower thing I had, and I cut it apart a little bit and sort of made wings again. And be fabulous. You know, these are the, as I'm doing this type of art especially, I'm telling myself things that I need to hear to remember that I'm valuable and I can contribute, and there's things I can do, even though I can't do other things, I can do these things, and I can help other ladies maybe learn to do these things that need an outlet for that. So that's what I concentrate on. This is just some plain with stencils, two different, this is a stencil, and I think, well, I do think this is a stencil also, and this is a stencil, and this was a paint sample, and I cut these little dragonflies out with a punch I have for a class I was teaching. So another fun little thing you can do. So, and on this page, same thing. This is a girl, and she's several things. I loved her red hair. My granddaughter has red hair, and I loved the way it looked. And this is a couple, maybe 3 jewelry pieces stacked up here. And then this is actually a flower. And I think I just cut a little bit more of this flower apart and made it sort of into her arms. And then this was a girl, I think also from a Land's End. And it's not proportional at all, as you can see, but kind of cute and fun. And I always scrape my paint when I'm doing classes, or, well, I guess nowadays more on when I'm just playing around on my own. I'm so thrifty, I can't stand wasting anything. So I scrape my paint into here and cover up a little bit of this background. Works out pretty well. So I wanted to do a class using these elements. And the butterflies and this flower are from Sean Petit. I got this font off the, let's see, where you go on the computer and you can see all the fonts. I can't think of what that's called. And I just colored it in and then hand cut these tulips out of some paper. We ended up doing it, but we did it on a long, narrow board, so it came out a little different, but it gave me some ideas on colors and things like that. So here's another huge face, and I just glued this in there. So if there's, okay, you can definitely tell this is a GU basketball centered thing, because there's a player. Anyway, this is a stack of rings or bracelets. Probably rings. And so I cut it out instead of this way. I cut it out and I put it on sideways. So that's what that's about. And haven't done much more to that. Still waiting. I have lots of things waiting to finish. I have a lot of things in here that my grandkids did. So I have all kinds of things in this little magazine book. So here's another page. Let's see. So she is a cutout. She and the cute little doggy are not. They were on the page already. And then this is a cutout. And this is a cutout covering up something. So, I don't know. I like the way that came out, even though I really haven't done too much to it. On this page, originally, it just had this man, and it was about this article. I thought this looked sort of cool. Not that I want it, maybe to be the ad or whatever, but I saw this girl and I just thought, oh, she's really pretty, and I sort of, I don't know, I sort of wanted this look of a man and a woman in this one. And then this is a jewelry piece again. So you can start to see how I use these a lot. Haven't done much more to this one either. Some things I don't go back and do anything to. They just are what they are. On this page, I think this is the same man several times. It was just on the other page, but I saw this in something else, and I thought, oh boy, there's a lot of us have this split between work and play, and how do we balance this? And we have it with family also, and all our other things that we like to do. Maybe it's charitable work, or it's doing art. Whatever it is, we all have this thing we have to figure out on balance. So I loved that. So I just tore it. I think it might have just come from my credit union or something even. So I just tore that out and put that in. This was in another magazine. Oh, you can see right here, it's Costco. There's a little, I told you I use my Costco things a lot. So I'll probably eventually make a little tag, just same shape as that, and put it on top of there. But I loved the way this house looked. So, you know, I'll do something else down here, but I just loved that, and I wanted to not lose track of it, so I glued it into here. This was a paint and, Pinnell or something. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but, you know, wine and painting. And I just took a picture of my project and printed it out and put it in here so I would have it in here. And I added a few little things because it didn't quite fit. So here we go again. Let's see. So this is definitely glued in. Look, it feels to me like the woman and the girl were already on here. This is glued on. I think this also might have come from my credit union. I kind of have a thing for, you know, like he's got the whole world in his hands. It's another thing I do to help me not to worry so much about what's going on in this world and do the best I can to help things out. And anyway, so I kind of like that. And then this was just a real small girl, and I thought these were adorable, so I just cut that out and put that in there. And this is also cut out and glued down. But here we go again with the jewelry for the crowns for all these beautiful girls. Let's see. I don't know if there's much more in here. I don't think there is. So this is a pretty short class, but I just wanted to go back over and, like I said, show you this. I'm trying to remember that I need to face it towards you so it's not just seen from upside down or sideways. So I hope that helps you out. And I guess I should say, you know, I haven't shown my face that much or whatever, and it's because I'm more nervous about that and I don't know how to turn the camera very well. But if you watch my first video, my husband helped me out with filming that, and so you can see me in that, and I talked to you a little bit. And my name is Cindy Kromholtz, and I have a art page on my Facebook page. If you wanted to look at that, you're welcome to. I've recently sent some elements to a lady, and I'm walking her through making the finished art project. So that's going to be interesting, and I might try to do more of that. So let me know what you think, and does it look different to you now? Can you see how the black pops things out and a little bit of white added here and there? I also added a little bit of this Jane Davenport pen that I just love. They dry permanent, but you can move them for a minute. I put a little gold somewhere. Let's see. Oh, it's on the wings here. So this is what the gold one looks like. They're awfully cute and fun, and I love all her things too. Well, have fun, and let me know if there's anything you want me to show you, and I'll be happy to try that also. Thanks very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up and a comment. I appreciate the comments. It really helps me. And subscribe if you like it, and share it, or tell your friends that like art about it. And that will help me to grow my channel, which I appreciate your help with. Have a wonderful day. Bye.